Good evening, folks. Welcome to just a short live here, courtesy of Here's the Deal. I'm Shiloh. I have Marvin on special assignment tonight. No, I actually don't. He's spending time with his family, so it's just going to be me. And I just wanted to give you guys food for thought on this property tax deal. So, a lot of questions that we've been getting is, what about local control? What about local control? And I guess I've kind of thought about it, and my question is do you really have local control? One would say you don't. It all goes back up to the governor. Sorry, not government, governor. How many of us how many of us know any of our city commissioners, any of the county commissioners? I mean, these meetings are they're crickets. People don't show up to them. And they've given all their control to the higher government, going all the way up to the governor. Another big thing is where's the money going to come from? Why aren't we asking the questions of where's all our money going? I mean, really, where's all our money going? Not where's the money going to come from? See, and that's part of the problem is we're asking the wrong questions. We need to ask, where's our money going? Again, there's this sheet that we've come up with, and it's just a little bit. And I'll just go through some of it. A line of credit for the Teddy Roosevelt Library, $70 million. $70 million. Digitized documents for Teddy Roosevelt project, $10 million. Pay off the Teddy Roosevelt loan, $17.5 million. Grants to Prairie Public Broadcasting, $1.8 million. Self-driving tractor research at NDSU, $19 million. Here's some numbers for bloated government. Advertised to convince people to visit North Dakota, $5 million. Created Office of Legal Immigration to pay business to hire immigrants, $2.5 million. Legislator raises $580,000. Pay business for develop social and emotional outcome programs, $2.5 million. Pay for child care for state employees, $3 million. Pay for child care for state employees, $3 million. So let's just think about that a little bit. Being we're talking about child care, I got an idea. Why don't we take some of these regulations and roll them back? Case in point, you run a daycare. You start to hire people. They have to go and get fingerprinted and background checked. Fine. I'm not arguing that fact. But can somebody tell me why it takes 3 to 6 months to get somebody fingerprinted and background checked? 3 to 6 months. So who's going to wait around? Who's going to wait around 3 to 6 months for a job? The problem with the childcare industry is not that we don't have the people to do it. It's the regulations. It's 3 to 6 months to get a background check. Really? Why aren't there people in these offices? When you call, they're only open certain days and certain hours. And you're lucky if they're open 3 hours a day. That might be some of the problem. Slush fund for Department of Commerce, $4.3 million. Hiring an executive number of new state employees, $18.9 million. Higher education, building projects despite 12 years of declining enrollment, $215 million. Pay high school graduates to take college credit courses, $1.5 million. Pay colleges extra money if they get donations, 2 to 1, $20 million. So that means for every donation that a college gets, they're giving them twice as much from our state government. Why are we not asking these questions? Instead of asking, where's the money going to come from? We need to be asking, where's our money going? I don't quite understand where people are not thinking about this. The older generation, and I mean this with all due respect, you older generation people, I need you to really look into this and look into where our money is going and not where's our money coming from and how are we going to pay for our schools. It is in our state constitution that we pay for schools, that the state legislature pays for schools. By the way, what are we getting for our money there? 30 to 40% proficiency scores? Really? What are we getting? What are we getting? And then just like Marvin said the other night, let's talk about the tax breaks that these oil companies are getting. I think it was like 5 or 6 million or 5 or 6 billion by the time we were done with it. Right there. That's where the money is to pay for all this stuff that people are worried about. But I really want you guys to think, do we really have local control? Everybody let's call it out. Let's call it what it is. I don't see anybody showing up to these county commission meetings or city commission meetings, but yet they're worried about local control. How about you do your part and start getting involved? Do your part and start getting involved. If you're worried about local control, start showing up to the meetings. Ask your representatives where the money's going. Why it's going where it's going. I mean, just in the higher education, 20 million. And they're going to give you double of what you get for a donation. Really? Pay high school students to take college credit courses, yet they can hardly read and write. Look at the proficiency scores. Has anyone went to a school board meeting? I mean, if we're going to talk about local control, let's talk about it in the lack of people showing up. I mean, I can't wrap my head around some of this stuff, what people are worried about. And again, this is with all due respect, but I need you guys to start looking into this stuff, where your stuff is going. Do you know who your legislators are? Do you know what district you're in? Because 95% of you don't. So I'm going to tell you guys something. It's not a Democrat versus Republican thing anymore. It's not. There's going to come a time it's good versus evil. And there's a movement starting. And I'm not talking about a movement about showing up to bear arms and stuff. I'm talking about a movement of people banding together and saying enough is enough. Are you getting out in your communities? Are you talking with your neighbors? Because this is what it's going to take. The small communities here in North Dakota and down in the heartland to band together. I'm calling for all the communities, start banding together. Have these conversations about what you're willing to do and what you're willing not to comply with. Because it's coming. In between now and election time, it's coming. There's no more hiding it. We're going to have to band together and put our foots down and say, hey, we are not going to comply with this stuff. I mean, I get the old way of thinking, where's the money going to come from? But how we've gotten into this problem is because nobody's thinking outside the box. We have the largest spending deal that we've ever had, and it's just for what? For what? For failing schools? There's a reason why homeschooling is becoming more and more bigger and bigger. There's a reason for it. I would really encourage you guys to sit down and look where the money's going and what's going on, and to get out and talk with your neighbors in your communities. Start asking your city commissions, what are they going to do? Are they going to allow mask mandates again? What are they going to do? And make it be known what you guys are not going to comply with. I mean, this is what it's going to come down to. So, at any rate, I guess that's all I had to say tonight. Tomorrow we have a good show coming. Marvin will be here. We're going to be talking with the Family Alliance. And so I'm looking forward to that. And then on Friday, we're going to have Michael Coachman and Lydia Gessley on talking about the Election Integrity Act, which I encourage everybody to look at too, because that's going to be very important. We need to get rid of these voting machines. A couple of the things that I like about it: getting rid of the voting machines, are going to paper ballots, and all the auditors need to be elected. There's no reason why any auditor is appointed or hired. They all should be elected. They all think that they run the city or the county that they work for. So in my opinion, they all should be elected. Every single one of them. And if they aren't doing their job correctly, just like every other one that is supposed to represent us, they need to be voted out. So at any rate, I'll leave you guys with that food for thought for this evening. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow evening for our regular show. Everybody have a good night. God bless.